One of the things that I do as a consulting analyst is I ultimately analyze problems that my clients are experiencing them, and then I work with the team to guide my clients to a solution to resolve that problem. So my clients can be in any industry. I have the opportunity to see a different part of the business world. And so it's an experience that I might not have if I was working in just a typical data analyst job. But in a bigger picture of what I necessarily do as a consulting analyst, I do a lot of data analysis. So I work with powerful data analytic tools like Tableau, Python, Excel, Access. And I use those tools to garner different insights, to use or to look at the data that my clients have and hopefully give them some insight that they didn't have before, so that as we're crafting a solution for them, we have information that's backed by data. And then on a softer sense, not so technical, I do a lot of PowerPoint, but I work with managers to create business cases for our clients as to why they should go forward with a specific solution or why they should refrain from continuing a current practice. So it's entirely possible to stare at a computer screen all day or to entirely people face, and it's 100% dependent on the project or assignment that you're on. So you do a lot of everything. My favorite part of being a consulting analyst is the fact that I never know what I'm going to do that day whenever I walk into work. And for some people that's a point of stress, but for me that's something that's incredibly exciting, just because I never want to do the same thing twice. And if I had to sit at a desk job and do the same thing over and over again, I think I would get quite bored. So I love opening up my laptop, expecting to do one thing that day and then being completely derailed, going off onto something else, and then either coming up with a better solution or learning something new. One of the most challenging things about being a consultant is that you don't know what's going to be on the day's docket for the to-do list, which means that even though you might have these wonderful, beautiful plans you create, sometimes they're completely derailed. So it's important to learn to have the confidence to tell your managers, no, I don't have time for this, or I need to prioritize something else. And it's also important to learn, at least internally, that you aren't an expert at everything, and nobody expects you to be an expert at anything. Whenever you're thinking about being a consulting analyst, you might think that you need a particular degree, maybe in data analytics or in marketing, but that's not the case at all. Actually, within my firm, I work with chemical engineers, mechanical engineers, Russian lit majors, communication majors. The only criteria that you really need to have is that burning curiosity to continue learning and the dedication to solve a problem that's in front of you. Women need to stop apologizing. They need to stop saying sorry, especially in the workplace. Women, more than men, tend to add an apology to everything that they do. And quite frankly, especially in the business world, women need to learn to stand their ground a little bit more. And so in that context, what I'm saying is whenever your manager sends you an email at 11 a.m. and says, I need you to have this email back to me by noon, you're in a client meeting and you don't read the email until maybe 12:30, whenever you write that email, don't say, oh, I'm sorry, but here's your results. Think about what a man would say in that email. Say, oh, I was in a client meeting, here are the results. There's no need for you to say sorry. Definitely make sure that you stop apologizing for things that aren't necessarily your fault. Definitely make sure that you're saying sorry whenever you need to. But when you're reading over your emails and you're about to send something, ask yourself if it's necessary to say sorry, because you need to be confident. You need to be there, and you need to stop taking blame for something that's not your fault.